Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. What if, in a single week, two names shook the world? Not through scandal, but through a presence impossible to ignore. That day felt different. When Jimin returned with two simple photos, yet enough to make global timelines tremble. It wasn't just a post. It was a statement. He's here. He is healthy. He is still shining. And for many, that was more than enough. Almost at the same time, the world gave major recognition to Jungkook. His name officially entered the list of the 25 most famous people in the world by World Famous Things. Not one, not two, but 3 global lists in a single week. An achievement that confirms one thing. Jungkook is not merely standing on the world stage, he commands it. And when BTS echoed again through the album Redefine and the announcement of a world tour that sparked a wave of BTS-nomics, the world was reminded once more, this is not just a music group. This is a cultural phenomenon. Yet, behind the global euphoria, another dynamic intensified. Old symbols resurfaced for debate. The army too. The letter J. The combination Jim. Facts, timelines, and interpretations collided once again. Is this merely visual coincidence? Or is there a history too strong to erase? Today, we'll discuss everything, without rewriting time, without moving facts. Because in a world full of theories, one thing remains firm. Chronology never lies. It was a warm moment when Jimin greeted fans again. Throughout the day, he was active on social media, sharing 2 photos that immediately shook timelines. Not just images, they were declarations of presence. The visuals were captivating, his aura calm yet powerful, and within minutes his name dominated global conversations. For some, it may have seemed simple, but for fans, it felt like a long breath finally released. He is here, he is healthy, and he still shines. Almost simultaneously, major news arrived about Jungkook. His name officially entered the list of the 25 most famous people in the world by World Famous Things. International recognition for influential figures across entertainment, music, sports, and public life. Within a week, he appeared on 3 different global lists. A consistency no longer surprising, because Jungkook was built for the world stage. Born as John Jungkook on September 1, 1997, in Busan, he is known as the main vocalist of BTS. Since debuting in 2013, BTS has become a cross-continental phenomenon, reshaping the 21st century music industry. Amid collective success, Jungkook's voice has always been central, strong, flexible, emotional. He is not just a singer, he is a bridge between songs and the millions of hearts that hear them. Recognition from world-famous things is not only about popularity. It is about cultural impact, about how Jungkook builds genuine emotional connections with a global audience. His sincerity feels real. There is something grounded in the way he stands before the world, and that is precisely where his strength lies. As a soloist, he has proven his artistic identity stands firm. 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You soared to the top of international charts and accumulated billions of streams. These were not side projects, they were declarations of maturity. He explored genres, embraced cross-border collaborations, and delivered increasingly refined visual concepts. Jungkook is no longer just part of a massive phenomenon, he is its gravitational center. But this story is bigger than one individual. As BTS approaches a full group return after military service, the term BTS-nomics echoes again. The latest studio album titled Redefine, released on March 20th, marks a new era, followed by the ambitious announcement of BTS World Tour Redefine. The planned scale, dozens of cities across 5 continents, immediately triggered cross-sector economic waves: music, tourism, hospitality, retail. Within 48 hours of the announcement, travel searches to Seoul surged dramatically. In Busan, Jungkook's hometown, bookings reportedly spiked by thousands of %. The ripple effect reached Latin America and Europe. Analysts even compared its potential to Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour, which coined the term Swiftnomics. The world now waits. Will BTS create a similar precedent, or surpass it? Because BTS is not just a music group. They are a strategic cultural export, a tangible symbol of soft power. Tickets are predicted to sell out within minutes. Hotels fill. Small businesses move. Korean culture once again stands at the center of the global stage. And amid all this magnitude, we return to two simple moments. Jimin with two captivating photos and Jungkook recognized by the world. Two different stories on one shared timeline, about hard work, fan love, and dreams that have grown far beyond the stage. Yet behind the euphoria, fandom dynamics heated up again. Debate over Jungkook's ARMY 2 resurfaced. The tattoo was first clearly seen in August 2019, documented at airports, on stage, and in official photos. Weeks later, he added the letter J above them. The chronology is clear. Fact, not speculation. In a live broadcast, Jungkook explained that the J represents the initial of his own name. That statement is valid. Yet debate did not end there. Visually, the placement forms the combination JM. Within fandom culture, those initials have long been associated with Jimin, long before newer theories emerged. This is where the line between interpretation and reconstructing reality becomes thin. Shipping is part of fandom culture. Observing symbols is natural. But chronology remains chronology. 2019 cannot be moved. A 2020 debut cannot be pushed backward. When a theory requires erasing time to stand, its foundation becomes fragile. This pattern is not new. Matching outfits, coincidental live streams, songs believed to be dedicated, trips given special meaning. These dynamics have long been part of fandom discussions. Ironically, what is often labeled fan service continues to be endlessly analyzed. If it were truly empty, why does it command so much attention? Take, for example, Jungkook and Jimin's trip to Japan, once a major highlight. That moment is firmly recorded in fandom history. Spontaneous, intimate, meaningful. Yet counter-narratives emerged, attempting to shift its meaning. The same pattern repeats now. Symbols that already carry emotional context are taken, relocated, and replanted into different stories. The contradiction is clear, dismissing while imitating. In the end, everyone is free to believe what they choose. Shipping is not a crime. But dates do not change. Facts do not negotiate. And something with consistent, documented history does not collapse simply because a new narrative tries to replace it. Perhaps the most emotional part is not about tattoos, letters, or countries. It is about how something that has left a real trace continues to be rewritten because its impact is too strong to ignore. The harder it is denied, the clearer its presence becomes. Ultimately, maybe this isn't just about photos. Not just about global lists. Not just about a small letter above permanent ink. It's about traces. About documented moments. About connections that, when denied, feel even more real. Because something that truly has history does not need to be forced into visibility. It will always find its way to shine. What do you think? Is this simply fandom interpretation, or a pattern consistent from the beginning? Write your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss more Jikook analyses.